Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to a Taldazar weekend. We have two videos coming at you. Second one will be live 2 days from now, and both of them are going to feature the magnificence that is a Taldazar. It is offering some of the most juiciest keys you'll ever see in low keys. These are two of the wildest keys I have ever seen, and we're going to start with this one, which honestly may be worse than the one to come. The one to come is definitely funnier, but wow, is this bad. If you've watched this channel over the however many months, years now that we've been doing these types of videos, you will know what I regard to be the actual worst way to fail a key, and might as well just get right into it because you probably already know what's coming based on that. Yes, it is a Mythic +2 that we do not finish, and it is a failure because of a lever. This is without question like the Hall of Fame level failure. You cannot fail a key worse than this. Blizzard doesn't even allow you to fail it properly because of how low of a key it is. If you fail a 2, the key doesn't go backwards because it can't go to 0. It can't do anything. You're stuck with the same key. It's almost taunting you in that way. But yeah, hey, maybe right out of the gate, you see we go with left, bro. It's a 2. Let's do it. Let's see how the hilarity unfolds here. We've had like all types of failed 2s now. Like this isn't even our first one, sadly. There's been a couple now in both the previous seasons. But yeah, immediately you're going to see why this side is so risky. We have the fiery enchant going out. We have the shield going out, so we're not able to cast. The guy's pulling more and more trash. Now again, this is a 2, right? Like you could do this in a 20 and potentially make all these mistakes and maybe still like survive it. Look at what is happening on the screen. Like these players are getting wrecked. They're getting absolutely destroyed. The healer, I don't know, maybe just like struggling really bad here, but like they are going to full wipe to a 2. I mean, it is fortified. And then they're going to do like this special here where like, oh, it's a complete disaster. Let's start running the disaster back to the start so we can accrue even more deaths. Up to 4 deaths. Now they are killing stuff. I mean, look at the health pools on these mobs. These mobs have like less than 3 million health. Fire everywhere. I mean, 0 interrupts. I mean, we don't have an interrupt tracker on the screen of this character's who was recording it, but it's just like we just keep dragging it further and further and further. I mean, I don't know where we're going. I guess like the person who hasn't died yet is the tank, and they're probably just perpetuating this failure. But I don't know. I think like you can't really see a better example of why you don't want to go left. It's been a hot topic all season, man, and I get it. It's probably faster, maybe easier, whatever you want to say. But like, here is how it looks when it goes wrong. This is it. This is prime. This is a fucking disaster. Just prime real estate for don't buy this left side. And it's just over and over and over. The weirdest thing, like the tank doesn't interrupt either. Like I don't know what he's actually interrupting, but nothing is being interrupted. Just fire swirl after fire swirl, and people aren't really dodging it. People aren't really able to survive. I mean, at this point, almost nothing is even left. It just cracks me up though, just like seeing the constant barrage of fire swirls and then like the giant golden bubbles. Like it's, oh man, this just really tickles me. I mean, just look at the health bars though. Like I don't know if I've seen a 2 where people are in this kind of danger this frequently. The healing charts on the screen, like the person's they're healing. It's not like they're AFK. 40k, I mean, I don't know what a normal HPS requirement might look like in a 2, but we are going to end this with 15 deaths on basically one pull of the dungeon. The first pull was like nonsense. I don't know what's being said, but there is typing going on, and we have this giant black bar on the screen. That's the only way it could get even crazier. Presumably, the tank is like flaming the group. Not really in the position to be doing that because now we're doing this. Like, what even is this? I have no idea what he's doing. He goes first to go left, and now he's like, actually, fuck it, let's do Rison. Maybe something about Bloodlust. I mean, nobody has Bloodlust in the group. He's just gonna go ahead and pull Rison alone, like straight up. Look at the mini map. The healer is like in a different dungeon. They're in King's Arrest. Tank just doesn't give a fuck. I mean, like I said, it is a 2, so what? I guess I can't really blame him. There's nowhere to line of sight. Like we're just standing in the middle of nowhere. Healer's finally here though. We made it. We got 5 players in the boss arena. Tank just gets devoured. I mean, I don't know how the tank keeps getting picked. I've seen this happen. Harry and I have been doing like a coaching series, and he keeps getting picked too. I have no idea how Rison chooses to pick the tank, but it happens there, and the tank just gets eaten. He doesn't even try to run. I think maybe what's more sad is he actually dies on a 2 like it's a fortified 2, and he can't survive getting eaten. I actually think like if it was possible to choose myself getting eaten every time as a blood DK, I probably would do that. But yeah, they are gonna full wipe to Rison, partially because the tank just decided to pull the boss like without a healer. I have to splice this in though. I totally missed this the first time through. Look at this. So this is, you were just looking at this, right? Like watch, they're wiping here. The tank is getting eaten by the devour. flower. I thought that was hilarious, but look at what's going on right here, dude. How many times have we seen this? This is so funny. Somebody aggro's the friggin' stealth mob and it brings down in the boss fight. It's on the healer, I guess. They don't even die, but it's just so funny to see this guy again, man. Oh, there's been so many good and tall moments already. Now, what's particularly hilarious about this is I guess the tank might then be somebody's flaming the healer, because what gets said, you can see it in the chat bubbles here. Bubble says, not a healer problem, stop. Tons of time. Like, yeah, bro, we're doing it too. You're 7 minutes into the dungeon. So the people are tilted already. We're gonna go down again, and on the way down, the demon hunter is just gonna like just start jumping in random directions. So he aggroes swords to make it even worse. I can imagine this dude is just like seething, right? Because like I feel like if you leave a 2, you are like the most tilted. Like, there's no way to be more tilted. The guy says this boss literally has 2 mechanics, a fear and a chomp. I don't know who he's explaining it to. You know, again, the tank's just fucking down. Like, he does not give a shit, dude. Just kind of like tanking him in the middle of the water there. So the demon hunter gets feared. You can see him running off over there. He's all the way over there on the left side now. Pursuit is again on the bear. Guess who is eating? Dude is fucking feasting. Easter's coming up, guys. At that time, he actually lives. Okay, so he's figured out how to survive on a 2 non-tyrannical. Okay, so terrifying visage. Here we go. We're gonna dodge the fear this time accurately. Oh, okay. 2 people feared again. We have the priest and the demon hunter feared again. The demon hunter has been feared like 3 times now. Pursuit is out again, and guess what? I think it's the demon. Like, you could see the demon hunter. He's over here, right? And then look, yeah. He gets it. Pursuit, and he runs back towards the boss. But he doesn't even come close to dying. Like, he survived it easier than the tank did. Boss is about to go down though, finally. And here's one last mechanic going out. Surely everybody will be able to survive this. Take a look at the health bars. Oh, okay. Pentafear. He literally uses the fear. 5 people get feared by the boss there, but it dies as it happens. I mean, it doesn't even matter, but it's just always funny. Like, this fight is just humorous. It's always just funny. It's never really dangerous. It's just funny. So we're going to continue on with the dungeon. Surely we'll be going back to the left side now. Oh, just kidding. Now we're going to go to the right for no reason. I don't really understand. Like, what is the point? Like, what is the goal of going left and then not actually going to the boss? It just looks funny to me. I see 15, 16 deaths of that first pull, and it's almost like the guy's like, all right, I guess we just can't go that direction. So he just gives up on it. But yeah, we have had a little bit of a string of bear tanks, not even like intentionally. All of these are not even submitted in some kind of sequential order or something like that. It's just funny that, like, yeah, so many keys recently have had bear tanks just doing stupid stuff, like fighting these shield bears 5 feet away from this pack that you're trying to skip. So now we pulled that pack. This is something that I've seen people do, like where they aggro that pack and now they try to skip this pack. We already know how famously this goes wrong. I already have a video on this as well. So guess what happened? This is basically the carbon copy of what happened last time I showed this off in a video. Both packs are going to get pulled. Neither totem is going to get killed. The tank's like trying to salvage it. I don't even know what he's doing right now. Trying to move back to the previous totem. Obviously, like, DPS can just kill these things, but yeah, we basically have like just a total mess right now. I mean, again, frankly, it's a 2. If you die here as a tank, you probably just suck. Like, I don't even know, dude. I'm watching Harry do 20 at 440 item level and he's not dying. I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be dying to a 2 no matter what gets aggroed, but yeah, that's going to be it for the key. That guy leaves the key after that nonsense. I'm going to be straight with you guys. This is totally self-created from the tank's perspective. Standing where he is, pulling like he is, doing this weird going left then going right. You're overcomplicating a dungeon that is absurdly easy. Obviously at a 2, it's even easier, right? Like, this dungeon's route does not need to be fiddled with this much, and you see the results. You overroute it, and here you are. You're disbanding a 2. You're leaving a 2. Just got killed multiple times as a tank in a 2, unable to survive, and leaves. Probably blaming the healer too, based on what's being said. I just really have no sympathy, like no remorse for this situation at all. If you die and fail like this in a 2 and then leave over it, you are the worst player you could possibly be. You can't possibly get worse. Like, Blizzard will not allow you to get any worse, right? There's no way failure can go lower than this behavior right now. And we've seen some really bad ones. Like, I showed one in Vortex Pinnacle in season 2 where the guy pulls thread on trash and then dies. And we talk about that like, oh, okay, that maybe it's an embarrassment leave. Like, maybe there's extenuating circumstances going on in the key, but this might be the clearest example of somebody who is just not cut out for actual difficult content. They're doing the easiest possible content the system has to offer, just making every possible mistake and then like seemingly blaming the healer for their own failures. I don't have proof of that, but based on what's being said, I assume that's the case, considering the guy then leaves. It's actually crazy though how a Taldazar just stands out in low keys. It is actually probably the hardest key in low key. Like, I think it might be the best example that we've ever seen of this. We've seen it in Court of Stars in season 1. I've talked this to death, but like, there's this weird inverse difficulty in some of these dungeons where when you actually know what you're doing, the dungeon is absurdly easy. Like, it could not be easier. It has 2 bosses that effectively do nothing. Really, you could almost say 3. Volkal's a little bit difficult, but obviously Alunza and Rison have like essentially no mechanics compared to most Mythic Plus bosses. And then you have Yasma, which is a wall, but people don't even get there. Like, I don't even think you would have trouble with Yasma on a 2 because of how fast it would die. Yeah, stay tuned, man. This one's pretty bad. This is definitely the worst key I've seen, like the worst actual gameplay I've seen in any key this season submitted to me. But we have one that's funnier. It honestly probably is worse gameplay wise, but they don't disband it. So it's actually even funnier because of that. That's the worst thing about disbands, is you miss out on another half of the dungeon's funniness. I wanted to get these ones out because I do think the War Within Alpha may be starting very soon. I don't know if it's going to be this week or it's coming up one way or the other. So stay tuned. There's going to be a lot going on. I'm considering also doing a end of season disband review like I used to do in the old days. We'll see if I get to that. Let me know if you guys want to see something like that. We got to come up with a song to sing as well. But yeah, stay tuned. Monday will be another one. And that is the one I've been talking about for a long time now. You guys are going to crack up when you see what happens in that key. So thank you for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Keep pressing that record button. Keep sending in these crazy wild moments and we will keep pumping out hits here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.